Ain't nothing. There we go. All right, that'll work. So you're gonna have a partially muted video for almost 4 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. I did not mean to cut you guys off over here. But new beginnings. We are going to be doing a whole lot of new cool stuff in the way that we handle all of our. Artwork from now on, including prints. Prints will. Whoops, there goes my Dallas Cowboy hat. I guess I should wear that. It's about that time of year, huh? Let me transition over. Yes, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Yes, we suck this year. So lay off. Alright? Can't have a winning season every year. There we go. That's much better. Ho, ho, ho. All of our prints from now on, we're still going to do the paper style prints. But I'm also going to incorporate in some canvas prints, which means that the print itself will be on something substantial that you can hang on your wall. It'll be a little bit like this right here. It'll be more sturdy, more stable. And, wow, that's kind of weird. Alright, I have to check all my pictures then. Okay. I'll check you here in a minute. But anyway, so they're going to have some substantialness to them, so that you're not just getting, let's just say, your standard, and I'll do some editing here, some standard paper, you know. This is cardstock paper as well, and this is what I sell at my normal shows. This is my Alice in Wonderland, by the way. And with this, you know, it's great and all, and you can put it on your wall in a frame, but whenever you hang up a literal canvas that is substantial to hang on your wall, even if it's a 8x10 canvas, or you know, something bigger than that, you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck, if you will. I need to move some things around. I got too much stuff in front of me. Too much stuff. And so with that, that's why we're changing a lot of different things. Just because we want you, the fans and friends and family, because whenever you buy something from me, you become family. You are no longer a fan. You are no longer just a friend. You are family. Or you're not just a fan anymore. You're family. And so I want you guys to have something substantial to hang on your wall instead of just a piece of paper or a comic book cover that I did. This coming year, I'm going to be focusing on a lot of different things. Revamping my entire business. AGK is going away. Sad day. Yeah, I know. So just feel lucky that if you've got something from 2017 to now, to the end of December, you'll have a rare item, because AGK will no longer be in existence. Anderson Graphics Kingdom. So, sad day, but it is a crucial aspect of the business. Things have to change, and so that's what I'm doing. I am making changes for the better. I am making changes that will propel my artwork into different categories. I'm also going to be working on, I've already been working on, a comic book. It's going to be I'm pretty sure, a 4-issue miniseries now. I've been bantering it back and forth time and time again, and I am now ready to say that it's going to be a 4-issue miniseries like back in the 80s, because I loved those nostalgic comic books from back in the 80s, 80s and early 90s, whenever they would take a specific character from a team and you would get more in-depth information about that character. So you get more of their background. And this one, you're going to be thrust into the comic book environment relatively quick with this character, so you'll get to know a little bit about his background and all the supporting cast that therein happens with. Yeah, that made a whole lot of sense right there, right? I haven't been drinking the eggnog, I promise. Well, I have been drinking eggnog, but not the type that has the bourbon in it. But we are, in essence, trying to bring a whole experience for the fans and friends and family out there. Just because we don't want to just be that fly-by-night comic book goer vendor who just sells Marvel or just sells DC, or just focuses strictly on manga or anime. If you look at my artwork, it's all over the board. Like those of you that will be seeing this over here on Facebook, and I could probably share this to TikTok too. You can see the Marvel aspect of my work right there. Now, if you go to my page and go look at some of my artwork over there, you're going to see everything. Just like you can see everything on my Instagram account and or my Facebook business page. And unfortunately, I hear that TikTok is possibly going away, which is not a cool thing, because it does bring people together from all over the world that share your same interest and that enjoy the same things that you do. And so and Facebook does the same thing, but Facebook is getting more AI driven, as well as a lot of other things. And I should have my big banner up behind my head that says no AI generated artwork here, because everything is done by hand. And so things have to change. For me to continue on as a business owner in this market economy and all that good stuff, things have to change. I see a lot of people out there saying, oh, my prices are going to go up, my prices are going to do this because of this. And it's just like, your prices can stay the same, especially if you're selling consistently. You don't have to keep raising your price year after year and hitting people in the wallet just because you think this about yourself. And I'm sorry for those that that do that on a regular basis, and it does hurt the people that want to buy the artwork, because now they were used to this price, and now boom, you're paying $75 or $50 to $75 more for the same product that was being pumped out. And I just don't see doing that. Yes, I've raised my prices one time in, let's say, 5 years. That's why my 11 by 15s sell for $250. I sell those at that price at a regular basis. And the fan base still comes back. Now, when I'm doing my holiday sales for $175, I get the sales too. But it seems like at the $250 price, I get more sales than I do whenever I drop my prices down to, say, a holiday sale. I've got a lot of paintings available right now. Excuse me. I've got a lot of paintings available right now. Everything from $1,000 Wyatt Earp painting, which I'm going to let go for $800 right now. I've got a glow-in-the-dark Venom that's $500. I'll let go for $300. I've got a Who all do I have out there? I've got a Dexter. That's $800. I'll let go for $600. I've got Chester Bennington, which is a $500 piece. I'd let go for $300. I've got my Bad Habits, which is basically Naughty Nuns, if you will, out there as well. I've got a lot of paintings that are just looking for a new home. I've got a lot of artwork that's looking for a new home. So if there's something you're interested in, flip through my catalog of information stuff out there. All my different pictures that you see out there. If it doesn't say sold on it already or spoken for, it's probably available. And if you're very, very interested, just hit me up. My DMs are open to anybody. Hit me up for any of my prices and any of the pieces that you see on my sites that you might be interested in. Again, I do everything from Marvel to DC to Independence to The Crow to family portraits, dog portraits, you name it, I do it. But back to Bonesy Jonesy, we picked up some cool stuff. Yes, I'm one of those that carry a briefcase to my shows. It's just better that way. I'll start with the girlfriend's pickup stuff right there, and some other cool stuff right there. Anything else in there? No. All right. This is the real school right here. All right, so I do a lot of stuff on blank comic book covers, but again, we're not going to start with this just yet. We're going to start with the girlfriend's pickup. She picked up some cool stuff this weekend. I like their gold bags; they're kind of cool, very unique. She picked up Monsters of Metal. I don't know which issue. Oh, there it is. Cover A. It doesn't tell me what issue it is, but she picked up a cool Monsters of Metal. Kind of like a horror style. Right there. She picked up, and I'm probably pretty sure these are probably for me. Or at least one of them is. It's, or two of them. No, three of them are probably for me. We'll pick up her Megadeth. Cryptic Writings of Megadeth 2 and 4 from Chaos Comics. Back in the day. She loves her rock comic books. That's number 2 and 4. And then this is the Kiss collection. I'm not sure which version this is, but this is Peter Criss. Right there, right there. This is Star Child, Paul Stanley. Right there, right there. And this is, of course, the Demon, Gene Simmons, right there. Very cool comics that she picked up. I don't know if she's keeping those for herself or giving those to me. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I know the Megadeth and the Monsters of Metal she'll be keeping for herself, but I'm the big Kiss fan out of us. Some of my cooler pickups, of course, is Dark Knight's Death Metal number 7. A very awesome variant cover to this one, and it is of the Batman Who Laughs. I don't know if some of you know who the Batman Who Laughs is, but he is a very dark character, an amalgam of the Joker and Batman. And then Ultimate Batman has come out, and I picked up a metal cover for it. As you can see, it does shine. And then this one is also a alternate variant cover that also shines as well. It's their metal prints is what they are. Now, I will get to the coup de grace here with all of this. So I did pick up quite a few blank covers, but I also did a trade for these as well. Again, I'm a collector, and some of these will be for Audrey as well. Some of these will be in my own personal collection. Like Lady Death Zero. Can't go wrong with some Lady Death. She's always pretty cool. Cherry Blackbird, she picked these up for herself. They're very cool covers. I've never heard of it, but it's apparently some kind of a musician comic book. Track 2, Track 3 and track 1. No, track 5. So she got issue number 2, 3, and 5 of that comic book. It almost looks a lot like the person that did Sandman. I know Neil Gaiman is the one that drew that, but this looks like Death, the character Death. And it doesn't tell me. Oh, Joseph Schmalkes. Joseph Schmalke. But these are cool. These are cool. Cherry Blackbird. And then, of course, for my personal collection, Uncanny X-Men number 450. I'm an Uncanny X-Men fan. It's Uncanny X-Men number 267. Number 164. The Binary. And then number 145. All this in trade for a Harley Quinn painting. I still got some more stuff to go. We're not done yet, folks. Elric, number 1. Michael Moorcock's. Very, very prolific writer, if you've never heard of him. They turned his books into a comic. And I'm not sure if he actually wrote the comics for this or if somebody else did it. Also Excalibur, number 82 for the Phalanx Covenant. Because it's got this nice little strip down this side right here that does, as you can see, change color, and you can see all kinds of little binary things inside of there. So that one's cool. It goes with another series that I've got already. Let's see, and I'm a big ElfQuest fan. So this was the 25th anniversary special, so I picked it up from them. Also picked up ElfQuest Metamorphosis, ElfQuest Past, ElfQuest Future. Picked up a Vampirella versus Dracula autographed version right here. If you don't know who Vampirella is, she's a very scantily clad vampire that was made for Creep Comics back in the day, way back when. She's been around since, I believe, 69. And then, of course, she wanted Jeepers Creepers number 2 because it's got the creep on the cover right there. And it's very cool. So, we picked up a lot of cool stuff that both of us wanted, that she wanted, that I wanted, those type of situations. Now, on to the cooler stuff. Well, all that other stuff was cool too. I picked up a lot of blank covers. Some Street Fighter right there. These are the ones that I get to color on. That I get to put my artwork on. Prophet number 1. I got 2 covers of that. I'm a big Prophet fan. Out of all the creations that not Jim Lee, that Rob Liefeld created back in the 90s after they split from Marvel and DC, meaning Image Comics, Prophet was my favorite character that he created. And Prophet was established in 1992, so 30, it says 30 years ago whenever this was made. So this was the 30th anniversary reprint of Prophet number 1. And I loved that book all the way through. It was a great character. And I wish it would have went farther than it did. But it did not. So I picked up this X-Files number something or other. It was a supplement to the Hero Illustrated. So it's Trick of the Light is what it's called. It is an X-Files piece. I will probably not color on this or color. I will probably not draw on this one just because this has some of the worst paper stock in the world to draw on. Now painting on it, yes, I could do that. But I'm in debate on what I want to do with that one right now. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. Of course, everybody loves this. Everybody loves Spider-Gwen. I picked up these two to do some stuff for the girlfriend. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right there. She will be seeing this, so she'll know about it. House of Secrets, always one of my favorite comic books, because the nostalgic horror in comics before the pre-code. This one actually is the code by the Comics Code Authority, which they don't even use anymore. But this was the cover to House of Secrets when it came out, and with the Swamp Thing back behind her and all that good stuff. So, this was for issue number 92. This is just a reprint from the DC House of Secrets. And then a couple more, and then we'll get back into some talky talk. I did pick up the Ultimate Batman. If I can get this, see this cover I wouldn't draw on. But Absolute Batman right here. Black cover, which will be awesome to work on. Those are some of the hardest covers to work on because you can't erase. And Dazzler number 1 variant blank cover. So some of these are some of my favorite characters in the Marvel and DC universe, and then some of them are just because I know people enjoy them. Flash this one up. This one is my Wolverine cover right here that I'm working on. Got some light pencils on there right now. It's for a commission. I should be inking it here in a little while. But now that all that's out of the way, again, for those of you just joining the broadcast channels, we are doing a big holiday sale right now. All of my normal artwork, 11x15s, that are normally $250, are $175 right now. My 9x12s, and all this is on 140-pound cardstock paper, and it is thick paper, so you are getting something other than just a flimsy sheet of paper like you see. Like if I were to give you this, it's okay. It's not substantial, but whenever you hit the paper that I use, which I guess I can just pull one out of this piece right here. Yes, I keep everything within arm's distance. You can hear the difference. Hear that? As opposed to the other. This is what I work on a regular basis. It's a little bit more viable. I can abuse it a little bit more. But I can also do watercolor directly on that. I can put paint directly on that. Pen and ink. And most of my artwork is a combination of all of it. I usually put some paint on, or some acrylic on top of my work as well. And I'll probably even put acrylic on this Wolverine that I'm working on. Especially down in that red area towards the bottom. At his belt and his underwear line, if you will. His suit line. Where his shorts go. Right in that crotch area. But if you guys have any questions, you can always hit me up with questions either right here on TikTok, or hit me up in my DMs over here, or even on this post whenever it gets posted. So I am going to apologize for the first 4 minutes of one video, not obviously on TikTok, but over here on this other one that I will be posting after we get off of here live, I'm going to be muted apparently. I apparently took off my, and that's probably it right there. I took off my cable for my speaker over here, and I didn't realize it. So that's my fault over here on this video, not this video. You guys are good. You've heard me the whole time. But again, back to all the changes and new beginnings. For those of you just joining the broadcast channel, those of you just joining over here, If you've stayed for this 30 minutes of banter and looking at comic books and talking about New Beginnings and artwork sale for Christmas, you will know that things are getting ready to change in a big way. A whole new name change. So anything under Anderson Graphics Kingdom will be finished. There will be no more Anderson Graphics Kingdom anywhere in the world. And I'm okay with that. I mean, it is sad to have your baby, go on and be done. Something that you've been working with and been calling yourself since 2017, and you've created logos for and all that good stuff, which I'm creating new logos, which I've already got them in the works and they're already done for the most part. Got some cool ones for the new business name, and I just want everybody to get ready, because when I do get back into the comic book convention scene, it's going to be in a big way. I will hopefully have a lot of my own comic book fleshed out by then. I'm looking at taking a year off from comic book conventions. That's hard, because that is where a lot of my art revenue comes from. It's the exposure at these shows. It's the fan base coming to me and seeing my artwork and wanting that artwork. When you're on just social medias, it's a little more difficult, because not everybody gets to see your stuff, if that makes any sense. Because of the way the algorithms work, sometimes you can get shadow banned without even knowing it, meaning that your posts aren't getting seen like they should be, like they used to be. Now, as I'm flipping through Facebook, every other freaking post is a sponsored post or a suggested post or an advertisement or something I could care less about. It's something I might have talked about 2 days ago, and boom, here it is showing up on my Facebook feed. It's just like, I don't care. I want to see my friends post. I want to see the people I follow's post. I don't want to see all this other crap that you think I want to see. Whereas before, in the beginning, you could flip through Facebook and friends post, friends post, friends post, friends post, friends post, friends post. Now it's, you got to muddle through everything else just to find your friends post, or even go search them out. My girlfriend, let's take this for example. She's in my favorites with the star in Facebook, but yet I still don't see her post pop up first thing. I see everything else. So sometimes I have to go search her post just to even like some of the stuff that she posts. And it's just like all this algorithm crap and all this suggested crap. They need to figure this out, or we need to come up with something better. I know a lot of artists, especially those that like to share their not safe for work stuff, have jumped over to Blue Sky, because apparently you can do whatever you want to, just like X. A lot of people jump from X to Blue Sky. A lot of people jump from Facebook to Truth Social. There's a lot of different social apps out there, because a lot of people are jumping from TikTok to just their Instagram account or their YouTube channel or stuff like that. I've got a YouTube channel. I just don't do anything with it, and so I am in the process of trying to keep everything organized, if you will. And I want to do this right this time around, because I jumped into it, not knowing what I was going to do. Because in 2017, I started working on what's called art cards. We call them art cards. They used to be called sketch cards. I did some crappy work back in the day, and I'm just going to pull these out and show you. what I mean. I've worked on a lot of different card sets over the years. And The Walking Dead was my largest run in a card series. And I did, I think, upwards of 6 sets of The Walking Dead. And I only have X amount of cards left to show from it. My very first Walking Dead set, I still have 2 cards from that original set. Everything else is sold. When I got into this, no one told me what medium to use on the cards, because I just found out about it whenever I saw some other Instagram people posting about, hey, I just got my latest cards in from Topps and working on this. I said, how do you get into that? And they were like, here, use this name, send them an email, tell them you want on board. And I did, and the rest has been history ever since. But these were some of my worst cards to date. Right here. This is Andrea from The Walking Dead. I do not like these cards at all. I mean, they were okay. I put a little detail into them, but I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what medium to use, so I was using colored pencil on all this stuff. And this is Beth. Right there. I did not like these cards at all. But these are my last 2 from 2017. And yes, they are official. Right there. Congratulations. You now own a one-of-a-kind piece of hand-drawn art inspired by AMC's The Walking Dead. So not only does AMC Topps get to approve these cards, but so do the characters of the cards. So you're also getting looked at by the art, or by the character portrayals of these characters. The actual actors and actresses are looking at these cards as well and giving a thumbs up or a nay. So some of your cards might not even be accepted. The next set, which was The Road to Alexandria, I believe, yep, it was a little better. I was getting a little better with them. Abraham, Michonne, Ezekiel, King Ezekiel, Shiva. I might actually give this one to my mom for Christmas. Because she's a big Tiger fan. And then Herschel, the death thereof, when he gets beheaded. But I started getting a little better because I started talking to other artists out there that were doing the cards and finding out what medium and what they used on their cards. A lot of people like to paint their cards and things of that nature. Then my next set, which I don't even remember which set this one was, but was a lot better with Maggie here. Any of them with the blue on them means they're still alive. Simon. We all know Simon's dead. Negan. They couldn't kill off Negan. They tried. Tyrone. And of course, Fat Joey. Now this one was kind of cool because Mr. Hooves himself, who played Fat Joey, who's no longer fat anymore, he's lost a lot of weight. I actually saw this card on Instagram and I tagged him in it and he commented on it. He even tried to sell this card on his own Facebook or Instagram account, but yet you see I still have it, and it's one of my better cards. This set was was a lot better than a lot of the other ones. Even some of my Chaos cards I didn't like. Yes, Chaos Comics right there. One of my favorites in here is obviously this one right here, but I had to get rid of these cards because Lady Death isn't part of the Chaos Comics universe anymore. So all these Lady Death cards right here meant nothing to them. So I had to change over some of the ones that I had done to Lady Demon and go from there. And these are just a few of the card sets that I've worked on that I have sitting right here in front of me. Stranger Things with 11. Hopper. I can't remember this kid's name. He was always crying. And 11 again. Millie Bobby Brown. And then a Demogorgon. Right there. So, yeah, I've worked on Joseph Michael Linsner's Dawn cards. Right here. Dun, dun, dun. Congratulations, yada, yada, yada. And I have a few of these left as well. So, there you go. Dawn, the goddess of rebirth. So, I'm wanting to get back into a few of those. I've worked on a couple of sets here and there recently. Transformers being one of them. Fallout. A couple of others. But I'm wanting to do that as well, but I'm also wanting to do that for myself with my own characters and create cards of substantiality that I can do a small set and sell those as well at the conventions when I get back into them in 2026. Again, I'm taking a break from conventions in 2025. I know some people are like, what? You're going to do that? That will just hurt you. No, it's not going to hurt me. It's going to help me. And what I mean by that is it's going to help me prepare for the 2026 season. Meaning everything that I print costs money. I'm still going to be doing commissions. I'm still going to be doing artwork through 2025, but I'm also going to be focusing on this house, as you can see by my ceiling up here. You see a lot of the white paste marks right now. They haven't even been sanded down, and I did that when I first moved in, basically 2 years ago. There's just a lot of things that have to happen to get prepared for another run at conventions. And I want to do it right. I want to do it better. And I want to bring you, family, the proper product, if you will. I used to just make stuff to make stuff. I'm wanting to make stuff that has a meaning and quality to it. Like, I know you guys can't see it, but over here, they get to see some artwork while I'm talking, yapping about. And actually, well, I don't know if I can switch over to a green screen right now or not. If I do, I can't, I wonder, can I do an enhancement? Can I do a green screen? Let me see if I can do a green screen right fast. Maybe I can. It's fun when you're figuring stuff out. Where, oh where are you tonight? Oh, good grief. Okay, let me see here. Let's put this one up there. Alright, cool. Alright, so what you're seeing behind me on TikTok is one of my recent Weapon X pieces on a Savage Wolverine cover, which is very cool. Very cool stuff right there. There you go. Now you can see the whole thing. Sorry, guys. And that one sold immediately. It wasn't even finished when it sold. It was claimed and all that good stuff. So that was exciting and new. well, not new, because I've had plenty of pieces sell before they were actually finished. I've got a lot of remarks on pop figures, on action figures. You name it, I've got a little piece of it somewhere. But I want to do more of that type of stuff to bring quality to our products. I'm not saying we didn't have quality products before, because we did. I just didn't introduce metal prints. I didn't introduce canvas prints. I didn't introduce card sets. And when I do those, I really want to do my own characters. I don't want them to be of other people's characters. I mean, heck, I left a whole stack of art cards from, not this style of art cards, not official art cards, but ones that I made and printed out and meticulously cut and then put into the hard top loaders here to keep them protected. I left a whole slew of that at Bonesy Jonesy's Comic and Collectibles in Jonesboro, Arkansas, for him to give away with purchases, or if someone donates to a literacy fund, not illiteracy, but a literacy fund, where one of their people passed away, so you can donate to that cause. And that's what he's raffling off my Harley Quinn picture for, is that cause, which is a great cause. They're trying to take care of medical expenses and funeral expenses and some living expenses for the spouse of this person that passed away, which is a great cause. Brandon Jones has a great heart, and he's going through some battles himself, but that's not for me to talk about. I will support him any way I can, and that's where we made the trade for the Harley Quinn, for all these comic books that you see back here. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I gave him a great rate on the Harley Quinn, and he accepted. And so I'm looking forward to 2025. Even though I won't be hitting any conventions, I won't be hitting any shows, period. I know that whenever 2026 rolls around, I will be better equipped for the shows that I'm going to be hit. And I'm going to hit quality shows this time. My best 2 shows this year was SpaceCon in San Antonio, and then Nerds Assemble Con in Jonesboro, Arkansas at the beginning of the year, which was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed show. And I sold 5 originals there. And at SpaceCon I sold 1 or 2 originals, including a giant Wonder Woman painting. Not giant, but it was a bigger painting than some of my other ones. Because a lot of my paintings are 12 by 16. This one was 18 by 24, I think. So it was a little bigger. But it sold just like that. Now it took them a few days because they were doing a lot of other stuff. But she was friends with the booth person right next to me, and so that was cool to watch her look at that. And she said, "It's going to be mine before it's all said and done." I said, "Well, I can keep it back here." She goes, "No, I don't want you to do that. If it sells before I get to it, then it wasn't meant to be." And so finally, it was a 3-day show, which is great about SpaceCon. They do it right. They had about 50 guests there as well, as far as actors, actresses, voice actors, and things like that. But the main draw was all the actors and actresses that were there from Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it, they were there. And Michael Rooker signed one of my pieces. He loved it. And it was my Yondo with a montage of all the characters that he's played, with Yondo being right in the front and center of it all. But so I got to meet Michael Rooker. She got to meet Giancarlo from Breaking Bad. and he signed the painting that I did for that, and he loved it, and he's an artist himself. But we're wanting to bring more quality to you guys, and that's why I'm taking a break from the conventions for 2025. And for you on TikTok that are seeing this picture here, the reds are a lot more red, which means all of these blood splatters going up this way are red now. They're not a pink color or purple. All this coming out of his mouth and nose is all red. The wires up here are red. That one's green. So they've all been changed in the actual one that got sold. As far as these are prints that you're seeing behind me. And I did a massive picture of it, repainted sections of it, just so that I could get rid of the Savage Wolverine off of the cover of it and make it a whole piece. And I sold a few of these this weekend at the Bonesy Jonesy show. And again, I thank them for having me there for that event. It was their version 19. I was the 19th person to ever be in their store and do an in-store event, which was awesome. We didn't have a huge turnout, but we got to meet some new people, make some new friends, and sell some artwork, including some originals, including the other Wolverine blank cover that I'd had up there, which was a brown suit. His brown and yellow suit. I still have the blue and yellow suit cover if you're interested in that one. But again, huge art sale going on right now. $175 for my 11x14s. I've got some 9x12s that are normally $100 that I'm selling for $80. So hit me up. I do have a lot of artwork to flip through. A lot of it can be seen on the social medias. I've got a business page, Anderson Graphics with an X, not a C, Kingdom, on Facebook, AG Kingdom on Instagram, and I have Art of AGK Sales on Instagram as well. But those are some of the places you can find me. Monty Anderson on Facebook as well. That's me. You can hook me up there. You can follow any of those, and I encourage you to do so, especially if TikTok goes away. I know there's that big talk about it going away, but we'll see. Even Trump has said that he's going to try and save it, but we'll see what happens. It's supposed to be, I think, what is it, January 19th or something like that, is this potential end date. And if that happens, you've got your options. I haven't decided if I want to go to Blue Sky or not. Where it seems like a lot of people are jumping off to. You got Blue Sky, True Social, you've got X, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook, you've got, I mean, the list goes on and on. I don't know them all. I hear some new ones here and there on a regular basis that especially the artists that want to share their, again, not safe for work stuff. And I do have some of that as well. I have a binder of that, which I do not take to conventions unless it is specified that it's okay to take them. Because most of your comic conventions are kid-friendly shows. They're family-friendly shows, and you don't want that just hanging out on the table. Sorry, you don't. So you will see a lot of people with big censored signs over certain products. I've got 2 comic books that are that way. One is a bloody woman who's been torn in half with meat hooks and all that stuff, and she got no clothes on. That was the girlfriend's idea. And then I've got another one of Faith from the Valiant Universe, who's getting ready to go fight some crime and stuff like that. Just like that Alice in Wonderland, I had to censor with my hand over the top of it. No, so I've got a few pieces like that here and there. Not many because, there's no sense in drawing all that unless there's a specific reason you're drawing that. Okay? And I know a lot of people draw that type of stuff because that's what they want to draw, and it sells for them. I've only sold a few pieces of that stuff, and I've only had a handful of people ask me to draw stuff like that. But I'll draw it. I don't care. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not ashamed of it, because sex is sex, nudity is nudity. I mean, it all sells. So, but most of my stuff is wholesome, if you will. Yeah, there's blood flying everywhere on some of the stuff, and people being torn apart, but it's still good, clean fun. I'm a horror fanatic as well. Most of my Christmas tree, the main Christmas tree, not my Dallas Cowboys Christmas tree over here, which you guys can't see now, but you guys up here can. This is my Dallas Cowboy tree right behind me. Over in the front room, and this is a tabletop version, so don't go crazy, because it's not one of the full on 12-foot trees or anything like that. I wouldn't be able to fit it in my house anyway. I only have like 7-foot ceilings, which sucks. In there on my Christmas tree in the front room, it has it's a varied theme. It's superheroes. It is some of my old ornaments from when I was a kid, and then it is also horror, including my topper, which is a Jason mask with the Dallas Cowboy Santa hat on, signed by James Stokes. Very cool dude. And it is a varied Christmas tree, from, like I said, horror to comic books, to all things in between. So if you were to look at my tree, you'd be like, oh boy, you're dysfunctional, aren't you? No. It's just a lot of fun. You get to do what you want with your Christmas trees. If you want a specific theme or a specific color on your Christmas tree, have at it. But I like to have fun. I really do. And sometimes life can be an Ebenezer Scrooge and be just a bah humbug. And give me just a second right here, guys. I'm going to go talk to the girlfriend real fast. And sorry about that. So I am wanting to have more fun with everybody. Meaning that if I can bring more joy from my artwork into everybody's lives with fun characters or my own characters that, let's talk about my characters for a second. I've got an antagonist hero who didn't want to be a hero and doesn't have to be a hero, but he chooses to be, because that's how he grew up. And the other cast around him is everything from witches to Tinkerbells, if you will, fairies. You've got cryptids from Bigfoot to aliens to Loch Ness type monsters to lake creatures. Chupacabras. The list goes on and on of stuff that's going to be in this comic book. And the interaction is going to be very, very different in my book than you've ever seen, I think, than you've ever seen before in a story. So, I'm not going to give a whole lot away, just because I know that other creators out there like to take what they hear from other people and run with it themselves. So that's why I'm not giving a whole lot away about what I'm working on right now. But I can tell you that there's warlocks, witches, Bigfoots, aliens, cryptids out the wazoo. Plus, you've got your normal everyday people that the main character comes in contact with on a regular basis. So it's just going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. But again, I'm the writer, I'm the illustrator, I'm the inker, and I will find someone to publish the book. I won't print it myself, but it will be printed by me, but through a company. So I got a lot of work to do. I'm only 16 pages in on issue number 1, and here it is, the end of 2024. Plus, I've got a commission I'm working on right now. I'm working on a birthday or Christmas present right now. And I'm probably working on a couple other Christmas presents as well. Well, we're working on all kinds of different Christmas presents right now. Just because. Sorry, it's early. I've been up for a while. Just because that's all we do. Homemade Christmas presents are the best sometimes, because there's a lot more heart into it than oh, here's your toaster oven. You know, I wouldn't spend your money on a toaster oven. And it's things that you can give from the heart are a lot better than store-bought items sometimes. So buy from a small business like me, and get yourself something that you really want, or someone else what they really want for Christmas. I think I've rambled on about long enough. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, stopping in, and I want to thank the one that's been on the longest on TikTok. I appreciate you very much for stopping in and checking out the channel. I do appreciate you, and I look forward to more lives in the future. I took a hiatus from lives just because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about in reality. And even though I knew that all of this was happening, the transition was going to happen 2025, all my new logos will come out. I might even introduce the title of my book, my comic book, in early 2025. I've got to do a little bit of tweaking, and I'll be ready for showing of it, not show. So again, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in, checking things out, and being here with me for this over an hour broadcast. I know it doesn't seem like an hour whenever you are having fun, but again, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in, checking out the broadcast channel, and I am going to sign off now and get back to some artwork. And I've got some animals to feed here in a little while anyway. Yes, I'm a homesteader too. So not only do I do artwork, I do homesteading. I've got chickens, I've got goats, I've got a pig, I've got 2 ducks. I've got a pond out there. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. But again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping in, checking things out, and being here the longest with me. I'm going to have to check out who you is up here. And MJ, thanks for stopping in and checking out the broadcast channel for as long as you have. Appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to you. And this will always be my tagline, and we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.